And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to tonight's RTC TV4 coverage as the Caston Comets play host to the Carroll Cougars. I'm Blair Zimmerman. I'm being joined here at the broadcast table tonight by Aubrey Daig on the other headset. How you doing tonight, Aubrey?
I'm good.
You imagine you're looking at this hardwood thinking about your matchup tomorrow evening, and how you feeling about that?
I think we can pull through with it. Looking at their schedule, they did beat a few teams that we didn't beat, but, you know, I think if we play hard like we did against North Miami the other day, then we're going to be pretty good.
All
and
right.
I think we can pull through with a win.
Well, awesome. I know that I'm looking forward to watching it, and I know Gavin's looking forward to tomorrow. We've got a long day ahead of us. Speaking of Gavin is on camera for us tonight. Taylor wasn't able to make it here, so Gavin's kind of a jack of all trades. He's worked in most of the positions we have available, and he's a real lifesaver. He's stepped in last minute more than once. Really appreciate you, Gav. I know that you don't have a microphone to talk back to us. So, well, we are 5.5 minutes out from tip-off tonight. Aubrey, you and I looked up some stats prior to coming on air. And, I know Carroll has won 14 of the last 25 matchups between these two schools, including last year where they pulled off a 2-point victory. They've got one game better than us on their record this year. I know John Harrell's got them projected for the win, but it's a close matchup on paper, and I know we've got some freshmen that are just really on fire this year that have seen some varsity play time. I'm looking forward to tonight's matchup.
If you look at the past scores, though, we've only ever lost by only a few points, so we're looking so far this year as a better team, more stronger. So I think it can be either closer or we can pull out with a win this year.
I think so, because anybody who watched last week's matchup with Cass came into it and they looked cocky. They did end up with, I think it was a 14-point win, but they got that. They had to fight tooth and nail for it. They really had to turn up the pressure because when the teams went into the locker room at the half, it was only a 1-point game. So this is definitely a Caston basketball team, the likes of which I don't feel like we've seen for probably 6 or 8 years. And they're just excited about the sport, and they're meshing well together, and they're meshing well with Coach Davis. So it's been the couple of games we've had have been exciting, and I don't picture tonight to be any different. So really excited. 3 minutes 45 until we can watch this tip-off and see how things go. I will say, and Coach Davis talked about it with us last week in the post-game wrap-up. They've got to get better about loose ball turnovers, and definitely they've really got to dominate the boards. Last week they gave up a lot of rebounds, and every missed rebound is a missed opportunity, and even worse, it's an opportunity for the opposing team. So, well, speaking of this year's Caston Comets, we can actually do a little bit of a meet and greet with them with some pregame introductions that we pre-recorded here a few weeks back. So, ladies and gentlemen, in case you don't know them, here are your Caston Comets.
I'm Mark Smith, number 11, senior center.
Levi Lau, 10, senior guard.
My name's Wyatt Brummett. I'm number 3, and I'm a junior guard.
I'm Luke Lau, I'm number 4, and I'm a junior guard.
Hunter Shane Lama, we're number 13, I'm a junior, I play center.
I'm Mike Rands, number 33, and I'm a junior forward.
Jesse Rock Wolf, number 22. I'm a sophomore guard.
I'm Cameron Klein, number 12, sophomore guard.
You're watching RTC TV4.
And you're watching RTC TV4.
You're watching RTC TV4.
Ladies and gentlemen, those were your casting comments. Good group of guys, good athletes. We're going to put some hard work out on the floor and give us a good show here tonight. Just under 2 minutes until tip-off. We'll have starting lineups, and we'll open with the national anthem here when we return from this word from our sponsors here on RTC TV4.
This broadcast brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Nutrien Ag Solutions is the world's largest ag input retailer, offering all of your crop input needs. Stop by our location just east of downtown Fulton or give us a call anytime. Online at nutrienagsolutions.com. Enjoy the game with an ice-cold Coke. Locally owned and operated since 1907, Coca-Cola Bottling Company of Kokomo proudly supports 28 high schools in north central Indiana. Our starting lineup of brands are sure to keep you hydrated on the sidelines and at home. Coca-Cola Bottling Company of Kokomo. Please support our local sponsors.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 45 seconds until we have our national anthem and introduce our starting lineups and have our opening tip-off. I guess the basketball underway.
The officials and other spectators is inappropriate and unacceptable. Thank you for your cooperation.
And here's our Caston choir taking the floor to sing our national anthem.
This time, if everyone will please rise and all hats be removed as the Caston choir, under the direction of Michelle Byrne, comes to sing our national anthem. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome once again to Caston High School for tonight's varsity game. The visitors on the scoreboard, the Cougars from Carroll High School. And the home team on the scoreboard, their Comets from Caston High School.
Starting lineups and then basketball time.
Let's meet the starting lineups for tonight's varsity game. First for the Carroll Cougars. At a guard, is senior number 1, Jalen Orvell.
And we've got Jalen Orvell, number 1 for the Cougars.
At the center, and a senior number 22, Owen Seward.
Oh, sorry, ladies and gentlemen, we got some confusion going on up here. I've missed a couple people. We have number 12, Ethan Duff. Number 22, Owen Seward. Number 10, Quentin Veach. And number 13, Aaron Atkinson. And the head coach is Bodie Bender. And now the Caston Comets starting lineup.
And now let's meet the starting lineup for your Caston Comets. At guard, 5'7" and a junior, number 3.
Junior number 3, Wyatt Brummett.
At guard, 6 foot and a junior, number 4.
Junior number 4, Luke Lau. Sophomore number 12, Cam Klein. Junior number 13, Hunter Shainlaub. Junior number 33, Mikey Rands. I just feel like, Aubrey, a lot of these guys kind of came out of nowhere this year. I don't know if they felt like they didn't need to last year because we had Brandon Kinzer or what, but they've really come alive this year, and it's been exciting to watch so far.
I don't know if it's so much, they've come alive as they've come together.
That might be it.
They've all come together. They're as a team now. They work as a team, so now they stand out, not as individuals, but as a threat in a competing team.
Well, that makes perfect sense because basketball can't be a one-man show. It's just because it doesn't take an opposing team very long to realize that you've got one guy who's your go-to, and then they can triple team him and shut down everything else. Looks like Hunter definitely has the height advantage here at center. Maybe Duff has like a 8-foot vertical. Nope. Comets with the tip.
Sometimes height doesn't play a role. Shorter people can jump higher sometimes, but in this instance, it definitely helped.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Comets moving the ball around the outside. Got it over to Luke Lau in the corner. He's going to drive in, put it up for 2, and draw first blood. Carroll, number 12, Ethan Duff, cross timeline over to number 22, Owen Stewart. Tried to dish it down to Jalen Oval on the edge and just went out of bounds. Comets with some smiles on their face early off here. Won't do them any good to get cocky, though.
But it's good to have confidence coming in, in the past, we've seen them already come out, look defeated. Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, a nice steal there
ball
by number 10, Quentin Veach.
It's those loose balls that you got to get a hand on before the other team.
Absolutely. Passing around the outside, it's over to Wyatt Brummett. Brummett going to kick it over to Luke Lau. He's going to take 3 from the corner, off the back. Carroll passing around the outside. Up to number 13. He's going to hold it, look for the open man. Send it in just outside the paint. Back up to 13.
And that's a travel on 13.
All right, the Comets now. Luke Loud taking it across the timeline, going to look for sharp passes and not have an easy turnover, which unfortunately Cameron Klein tripped over his own foot a little bit trying to get over to the ball. Couldn't get to it in time and went straight out of bounds.
In the last 3 possessions for Carroll, I've noticed that Brummett, number 3, he slowly worked his way up. He started just at the 3-point line and then started the volleyball line. And this time, he was all the way up, pressuring
Absolutely.
the ball.
Nice steal there by Luke Lau. Sending it to Mike Rands, who went up for the layup and drew the foul.
I feel like Carroll's already feeling the pressure, and the Comets are pressuring the ball, pushing it forward, making them make you know, bad passes, not getting the best looks.
Absolutely. Foul there was on Quentin Veach. His first, team first, the dubious honor of game first. Mike Rands, first shot's up, nothing but net.
Into the Cougars, number 34, Drew May.
Rands chambers that second shot just around the rim, giving the Comets that 1-point lead. Carroll passing around the outside. It's up to Atkinson at the top. Sends it down to number 2 in the corner. I'll get these names here in a little bit. We've got number 22, Owen Seward, at the top of the key. Sends it into 13, Atkinson. Dishes it out to number 12 for a long 2 off the mark. And we got a foul here. Foul was on Hunter Shainlaw. His first, team first.
Team first.
Just a little early in the game, start racking up fouls. Long pass to the top of the key. He's going to take the long 3. Nothing but net there for Aaron Atkinson.
It's always rough when someone can shoot the 3 from so far out.
Oh, yeah, he was a good 3-4 feet behind the top of the key.
You never know how to guard them because you don't know if they're just going to pull up, and if you get up there, you don't know whether they're just going to dribble right around you.
Absolutely. Well, the Comets now passing around. Ref not calling, somebody riding on Cam Klein's shirt tail. We had the ball get loose, and Hunter Shainlaw was able to recover that. Send it over to Mike Rands. Dishes it over to Wyatt Brummett. Back up to Rands at the top of the key. Into Shainlaw down at the post. In and out for Shainlaw. Can't quite get his own rebound. Sends it over to Wyatt Brummett. Lau up at the volleyball line, letting everybody kind of gather their breath. Over to Rands. Rands floats it up to Hunter Shainlaw, but makes up for that miss with a make. Brummett putting that pressure on the other side of the timeline again. Ball's up in the hands of Ethan Duff. Nice screen set there by Quentin Veach as Duff drives down towards the baseline. Baseline pass to Atkinson. Atkinson tries to dish it up and it's picked off. They send it to Cam Klein at the 3-point line. Brummett thinks about a 3. He's going to dribble in, send it up to Klein. Klein over to Lau. Lau to drive to the baseline. Up to an open Mike Rands for 3. Off the rim. Carroll with the rebound, slowing it down now. Scores 5 all with just under 4 minutes left in the quarter. Screen set there by number 22, Owen Seward. Duff shotgunned that pass, but I'm not sure who he thought it was to. Jesse Rockwolf going to get some floor time, give Mike Rands some rest. And we have number 32, Jaden Harness, coming in for the Cougars. Ball went out just off of one of the Comets. Cougars are maintaining possession. Duff trying to set up the play. Stuck out of the volleyball line. Dribbling up to the 3-point line, drives to the baseline into double coverage, passes it back up to Harness, who passes it to Atkinson for the 3-point attempt. He was short. It's going to go out of bounds, and we'll have Comets ball. And once again, I know I've missed turnovers. Oh, well. We'll have stats by Zimmerman. Guaranteed to be wrong or your money back. Cam Klein with the ball at 3-point line. Back over to Luke Lau. Luke's going to pass it up to Rockwolf. He's going to dish it over to Brummett. Brummett, nice between the legs. He's sent to Cam Klein. Puts up 3, in and out. And missed layup there for number 12, Ethan Duff, down at the Cougar side of the floor. Back to Cam Klein, up at the volleyball line. Klein's going to give it off to Lau. Lau over to Rockwolf. Rockwolf over to Brummett. Over to Shainlaw. Tall man up outside of the three-point line. I'm used to seeing him down at post. Give it back to Lau. There's Shane Lobb down at the post. We're going to send it over to Rock Wolf at the top of the key. Over to Brummett. A bad pass into Shane Lobb. He manages to pick it up, but he got stuffed. And we've got a foul. I'm going to guess it's a foul on Hunter Shane Lobb. It is his second, team second. And we've got Mark Smith seeing his first time in this game, and Mike Rand's coming back in.
31, Ryan Atkinson.
And we've got 31, Ryan Atkinson in for the Cougars. Now we've got a 31 Atkinson and a 13 Atkinson. That's going to mess me up. Number 20, Sorrells, driving deep into Cougar territory. Open shooter at the three-point line. It's good. Drew May. Lau going to pass it to Rands. Rands over to Brummett. Brummett up to Lau at the top of the key. Back over to Brummett. Comets keeping it outside the three-point line. They're down by 3 right now with 1:48 left in the first. Lau sending it over to Brummett at the volleyball line. Into Rands. Rands going to drive to the baseline, put it in for 2. Carroll now across the timeline. Over to May in the corner at the three-point line. You see we can't leave him open at the three-point line. Back up to Sorrells at the top of the key. And we've got a foul here. Looks like it's going to be called on Mark Smith. I question.
Nope, it's white ball.
I was really questioning that foul if it was on Mark Smith. Foul was on Ryan Atkinson. That's his first, team second. Lau across the timeline. Carroll hasn't put any pressure on so far in this game.
And so far it's been a lot cleaner so far than the Lewis Cass game that we saw.
Absolutely. Ooh, Smith trying to send it into Rands down towards the post. Almost got it picked off. Long three-pointer by Lau off the mark. And Carroll with that rebound. Gonna put it in for 2. Stretch that lead just a little bit more. Back down on the Caston side of the floor. 42 seconds left in the quarter. I think the Comets really need to slow this down and not let themselves get sped up. Rockwolf for 3. Off the far side of the rim. Rebounded by Carroll there. Comets taking a lot of outside shots, and they're being very low percentage. 0 for 5 attempts so far from Comets' three-point range. And number 31, Atkinson, down at the post. He's going to come up short. Number 32, Harness, going to pick up that rebound. Comets getting the rebound now. Got a three-pointer at the buzzer. It's off the mark. Three-pointer there by Wyatt Brummett. So Comets go into second quarter down by 3. We're going to let them talk strategy on the sideline as we step away for this word from our sponsors here on RTC TV4.
At Co-Alliance, we understand the importance of community. After all, we've been farmer-owned since the 1920s. And now that we're a part of your community, we want to become your total agronomy solutions provider. Co-Alliance offers the latest in ag technology for your operation. From field scouting and fertilizers to premium seed and precision agriculture, we can help take your operation to the next level. Put the resources of your local cooperative to work. Contact Co-Alliance today.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Going into the second quarter here at the Comet Crater. Carroll Cougars leading the Caston Comets 10-7. Aubrey Dago on the other headset with me. We're just talking off the air. It's been fast basketball, but it's been really clean and kind of an uneventful game to watch. 2 fouls each.
I mean, compared to the last game I watched, I mean, this is nothing's really happening. They're just playing basketball, you know? So you don't really know what to call or to say. There's no fans that are getting up, so. It's just a really clean whole game.
Isn't that what they're supposed to do, just play basketball? Duff across the timeline for the Cougars, getting this second period started. Over to Oval on the sideline in double coverage. He's going to travel before going out of bounds. He's kind of shaking his head, not the way he wanted to start the second quarter. Luke Lau taking the ball across the timeline. Some double coverage there. Can't find the open man, though. He's going to send it to Rockwolf at the top of the key. Over to Brummett. Brummett at the volleyball line, looking for somebody to send it to. He's going to give it to Mike Rands. Rands to Rockwolf. He tries to send a baseline to Cam Klein. Cam zigged when he should have zagged, and the ball went out of bounds. Number 12, Ethan Duff, going up against Wyatt Brummett's full court press. He just kind of keeps faking, reaching in, hoping to trip Duff up. 3-point attempt there by Oval is short. It's going to go out of bounds, and the Comets will get the ball back. Comets with the ball. Cam Klein up at the top of the key. He's going to send it over to Wyatt Brummett. Brummett over to Lau. Lau kicking it back out to Brummett. Over to Cam Klein in the corner. Up to Brummett at the volleyball line. He's going to drive towards the baseline. Send it up to Lau at the three-point line. It's just off the mark once again.
Oh. And that was a great long court pass by Carroll.
And we're Coach Davis is going to talk to the guys there real quick, and we're going to step away for another word here on RTC TV4.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Evans Agency in Rochester, offering farm liability, farm personal property, and farm outbuilding policies, all customized to fit your insurance needs. Let Judy help you protect all of your possessions. Online at evansagencyrochester.com. First Federal Savings Bank is your local mortgage lender with 6 locations throughout North Central Indiana. Trust the professionals at First Federal Savings Bank. Online at firstfederalbanking.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
Welcome back from that break, ladies and gentlemen. Comets have just brought the ball across the timeline into their court. Cam Klein looking for someplace to send the ball. He's going to give it to Rockwolf at the top of the key. Over to Lau. Back to Rockwolf. Over to Lau. Lau at the three-point line. It's going to get pushed there by Oval. I'm sorry, Carroll fans. I am terrible with names when I haven't heard them pronounced once. Anyway, that's Jay Ovel. Ovel? Not the way I would have gone with that. Okay, obviously. Anyway, his first, team third. Comets have the ball back in play. And Aubrey, we were just talking during that commercial break. The Comets have to make sure to play the game at their speed. Mike Rand's going up for that shot, drawing the foul. They can't keep it too slow, especially when they're at a 5-point deficit.
But they can't make it go too fast, or then the passes start getting messy. But
right.
What I've noticed is the Comets aren't crashing the boards. Carroll's actually got a majority of the rebounds down here on defense. And the Comets just get back. But like last time when they got the long court pass, the Comets didn't crash the boards, but they also didn't get back fast enough to stop that other player.
Mark Smith.
Right. Well, we were talking before the tip-off that in and out with that second shot for Rands. The Comets have to be more aggressive with their rebounds. Because every missed rebound is an opportunity And Carroll has already shown that they will capitalize on the opportunities. Out of bounds there off the Comets. Nice pass grab attempt by Mike Rands. He just couldn't quite wrap it up. Carroll sending the ball in to number 32, Jaden Harness. Carroll holding the ball. Looks like they're going to try to spread the defense out a little bit. Got number 12, Ethan Duff, with a drive into the paint. He's going to dish it out to number 20 on the outside. Number 20 triples over it, manages to dish it down to 32 at the baseline, who puts it up for 2. I feel like that was a travel that the officials might have missed, but I'm not wearing a striped shirt tonight. You're wearing green stripes. You should go down there and officiate some.
Sadly, they are going the wrong direction.
Lau goes up for a 2, kind of gets stuffed and still got it close. Lau putting pressure there on Duff. Duff over to Sorrells. Sorrells going to send it down to O'Valley. I'm not sure. That 3-point attempt was no good. Back down to Comets court. Send it up to Mike Rands at the volleyball line. Over Brummett. Brummett driving down to the baseline. Send it back out to Rands. Rands driving to the post. Puts it in for 2.
Mike's left-hand drive is definitely the strongest move he has had so far in this game.
Absolutely.
I think that's about his third layup there, just driving on the left side.
Second or third. He did have one. He had one field goal that he missed, but other than that, he's definitely responsible for a minimum of half of the. Well, no, he's more than that because he's got a couple of free throws on too. All right, into the paint there for Carroll. Up and no good. Rance swatting that rebound away. It's going to go out of bounds off of Carroll.
And for the Cougars, 13, Aaron Atkinson, and 34, Drew May.
Rance looks a little winded there at the baseline. Just send it into Luke. Luke setting up his plays. He comes across the timeline. Carroll still not putting any pressure on that. Getting it down the court there. Had a whistle, a 3-point violation here in the paint. Those are the kind of pointless turnovers that you really don't want to be, you don't ever want to do, but you certainly don't want to do when you're down by 4. 3.5 minutes left in the half. Carroll's Atkinson going to send it down to the corner. Number 34, Drew May, back up to Atkinson. Atkinson.
Cameron Klein drawing the foul.
Yeah.
He tried to go in for, I would say, a charge. Got pushed away, and it was called a block.
It's Klein's first. He's pretty good at setting up that charge draw, and it works for him about more often than it doesn't, but last couple of games, we've seen him get a foul instead of a charge. I've never been able to plant my feet well enough to get a charge. And we're going to have Klein with another quick foul as he tried to reach and block that pass.
Foul number 12, Cam Klein, his second, team 4th.
Definitely don't want to be picking up 2 fouls within 30 seconds.
But that's honestly most often how I see it happen anyway. You get your first foul, and then you can immediately pick up the second one. You know, usually sometimes your coach pulls you out, makes you sit there for a little bit.
Yeah, because it's really easy to get frustrated.
Yeah, because then you just start picking them up, and you lose your game a little bit.
Yeah.
Foul number 32, Jake Harness, his first, team 5th. Back in for the Comets, number 13, Hunter Shainlaw.
Hunter Shainlaw is in for the Comets for Mark Smith, number 11.
And that was a good plant in drawing the charge there. I didn't see if it was Brummett or Klein who just set up there for that layup and drew that charge. Passing into Lau as he drove into the paint. And he just passed to a man who wasn't there, and the man who was there was wearing Carroll blue. Three-pointer there by Drew May again.
That was a very flat shot.
Oh, yeah. That was May's second. It cannot be left open even for a moment on the three-point line. Luke Lau with another three-point attempt. Another one off the mark. Comets have yet to sink a three-point bucket tonight. It's not for lack of trying, though. I'm seeing 8 three-pointers down here on the stat sheet. They've all been misses.
They've all been good threes, though. They're just not falling.
They've been just off of the, they've been hitting right at right on the rim and just not rolling the way we needed them to. Just under 2 minutes here left in the half.
20 Sorrells in for the Cougars.
We got Sorrells back in for the Cougars. I mean, you know, nobody even close to really foul trouble yet. 4 and 5 on the board.
Well, we have Cam with 2 already. And Shane Lobb has 2 already, right?
Right, but I mean no team close to it. I mean, it's been a clean basketball game. We've seen a little bit of frustration, but no outright anger out here. I think you're right. It's clean basketball, but unfortunately, clean basketball is a little bit boring to watch. There's May with another 3. Wow.
He's definitely their 3
Absolutely. He's
player.
responsible for 9 of their 20 points. And 6 of those have been within the last 60 seconds. Shane Lobb driving into the paint, tries to pass it down to the post. It's no good. Gets picked off. We're going to send it down. Number 32 going up for the shot.
And that was a charge for Cameron Klein. He got that one.
Yeah, like I said, he is.
Fouls on 32, Jaden Harris, his second, team 6.
Carroll fans not happy about that. Second charge called there on the left side of the basket.
And I didn't really even see the impact, you know. All I saw was he went up for the layup.
There was a baseline official 6 feet away from it. I mean, the crowd can get as angry as they want. He definitely had a better view than any of us did. Saw the officials having to have a word there with Coach Bender, so you want to be careful. Don't want to get the officials too riled up at you. Hunter with a short jumper from the paint, no good. Shane Lobb's been effectively shut down tonight, only putting 2 points on the board so far.
And there's no one out here on Carroll's team that is really much taller or bigger than he is.
There's May with another 3. That one was off the mark. It's Drew May's first missed three-pointer for the night. I know people not 75% from the free throw line, let alone the three-point line. 16 seconds left here in the half, and we're going to have out of bounds off of Carroll. I was afraid Rockwolf was going to try to catch that, and he was going to end up with a backcourt violation. Glad to see he did not.
Well, it wouldn't have been a backcourt violation as Carroll did tip it. That's why it was out of bounds.
Oh, hey, that's a good point. Don't mind me. I'll go back to sleep up here. Shane Lobb driving to the post, and there's 2. And May lobbing that buzzer beater. That was pointless. All that did was mess up his stats. Carroll's going to go into the locker room with an 8-point lead here at the half. We're going to step away for a few words from our sponsors and see if we can't get some stats together. Thanks for watching Comets Basketball here on RTC TV4.
I don't think of this as a high school weight room. It's more like a high school classroom. I'm learning how to manage my time here. I'm learning that it's important to have goals and that it takes persistence and commitment to reach them. And I'm learning that the best way to lead is by example.
Indiana High School Sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
At Co-Alliance Propane, we treat our customers like neighbors because, well, that's what we are. When you trust Co-Alliance Propane as your seriously local propane provider, you're trusting a team of professionals who live, work, and watch the game from right across the county, not the country. A team that's close by and seriously dedicated to your safety and providing the best service possible. Find out more about Co-Alliance Propane's seriously local service and how you can get 50 gallons of propane free at coalliancepropane.com.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You are watching Comets basketball here on RTC TV4. We have about 8.5 minutes left in the halftime. Comets and the Cougars in the locker room. Cougars with an 8-point lead. And I'm trying to get a few stats here together. You said you had a couple things you wanted to go over while we were off air, Aubrey. I'll let you start out.
Okay, so I'm a girls basketball player, and so on my team we do quarters.
Right.
He thinks of each quarter as an individual game and tells us to win each individual game, which is each individual quarter. So I just took the first score from the first quarter, which was 7-10. Comets were down by 3.
Right.
And then the end of the second quarter was 12-20. Comets were down by 8. So technically speaking, the Comets so far have lost both quarters. So I'm hoping to see that they come back.
Yeah, absolutely.
And, pull through, because according to John Carroll, they were only predicted to lose by 6. And, they're not out of the game, but they're definitely feeling frustrated.
Oh, absolutely. Well, and shot stats are telling the same kind of story. Comets tonight so far, 0 for 8 from the three-point line, 5 for 11 for 2-point field goals, and 2 for 4 from the free throw line tonight.
What really hurt them was allowing
Drew May.
Yeah, to hit those threes there at the end. That really
absolutely
cranks up the score.
Overall, Carroll is 4 for 9 from the three-point line, and Drew May by himself is 3 for 5. Carroll also 4 for 8 in their 2-point shooting, and they haven't been to the line yet tonight for free throws. Turnovers have been fairly equal between the two teams. Again, I know my turnover stats aren't anything close to accurate, but it's really just been bad luck from the three-point line is what we're seeing on the scoreboard tonight. As you've got to think, Carroll is about 50% from the three-point line. Both teams about 50% in 2-point shooting. So if the Comets had made even 3 of those 8 three-pointers that they put up, that would have been 9 more points, and they would have gone into the locker room with a 1-point advantage. So it's just been, and like you mentioned during that first half, it hasn't been terrible accuracy. They've not been airballing their three-pointers. They've not been wasted shots. They've just been hitting the rim and then not rolling the way we needed them to. So, and once again, if somebody's keeping stats at home and you're sitting there yelling at your computer or TV, Zimmerman, that's not right. You're probably right. I have a hard time paying attention to a piece of paper and the floor at the same time. So, that's where we are. Just over 5 minutes left here in the half, or in halftime. The half is over. We're going to step away for another couple words from our sponsors, and we'll keep the camera tuned on the floor while we wait for the players to come back out and take the hardwood. You're watching Comets basketball here on RTC TV4.
Wonder why your local TV bill keeps going up? The bulk of these increases are due to rising network fees. A few powerful media companies dictate what TV providers must pay to offer their channels to you. And every time networks demand more money, that affects what you pay every month. If TV providers don't meet their demands, networks threaten blackouts. Since 1999, these network fees have increased by 3.5 times the rate of inflation. To see what we're doing to keep network fees in check, visit tvonmyside.com.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. The lawyers and staff at Peterson, Wagoner & Perkins LLP are here to provide the highest quality legal and professional service to their clients presently and for the future. See a full list of services online at peterson-wagoner.com. Woodlawn Hospital, offering state-of-the-art care for Fulton County for over 100 years. Woodlawn Hospital is the area's healthcare leader. Comprehensive care from head to toe. Online at woodlawnhospital.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
Well, Aubrey and I are back, ladies and gentlemen. 30 seconds left here in halftime. And hoping that the Comets can really just dial in those three-point shots. That quarter inch that they've been missing just needs to fall the other way now. Second half needs to be Caston Comets. Need to, like you said, win the quarters.
You know, hopefully they come out, and it's a different start to this quarter. As long as my coach says that the first three minutes are the most important minutes of the game. That's what determines, that's the intensity that you're going to be able to carry through. And, you know, that's usually the deciding point, because after the first few minutes, people don't really play with the same intensity.
Right. So if you can come out and get some commanding, some command of the quarter there. Mm-hmm. Of course, so you say that, and we had that Drew May who just nailed those three-pointers there at the end of the first half that really stretched out the Carroll lead. Ball into Hunter Shainlaub. He's going to drive to the
And that's another charge. That's for number 1 on the Carroll team, Jalen
Oval?
No,
that was on Shane Lobb. They did call it a charge. That's Shane Lobb's 3rd. Just 20 seconds into the half, and wow. Ball now in the hands of Veach down at the free throw line. So send it outside. Number 13 with a 3-point shot. It's Aaron Atkinson. Comets getting that rebound. Down to Shane Lobb at the baseline. Got stuffed by number 22.
just picked off right there.
Shane Lobb at the baseline again. He's going to draw the foul that time. Foul was on number 22, Owen Seward.
Team first.
Now, Hunter was going up for the layup. He should be at the line. I hate to disagree with the referee, but I'm going to right now. For all the good it's doing me. Did I miss a timeout call?
As I say, did someone call a timeout?
I think somebody called a timeout, but at this point, it's not a full timeout, so.
Well, I did see the ref is pointing at the ground, so I almost wonder if there's something on the floor, but I don't know.
Maybe? I don't know.
So come out and support the cheerleaders. Tickets on sale at the door or from any of the cheerleaders.
Well, while we're waiting, since we haven't cut to commercial, I do want to reiterate what Mr. King's saying here in-house. Yeah, it must be some blood on the floor. We got the trainer out there. Caston cheerleaders are having a fish and tenderloin fry here tomorrow evening before your game, Aubrey. And speaking of that, busy day for RTC TV4 and Caston Comets tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, starting at 9 o'clock, well, just before 9, we're going to be covering the Caston Wrestling Super 6 tournament. And that'll be something in the neighborhood of 6 hours of wrestling for you wrestling fans out there. Or if you have friends or family, or friends who have family who are on wrestling teams of the five visiting teams, you can tune in and catch some wrestling matches tomorrow. And then tomorrow evening at 7:30, we have the Lady Comets taking on, let's see, Triton. Isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So some more Comets basketball. Basketball, always a great pastime here in the Hoosier Heartland. And look, I'm not disagreeing with the ref at all. There was just some blood on the floor, or something. Shane Lobb going to the line for 2. Really needs to put these up. 1 for his own stat sheet, and 2, chip away at that 8-point deficit that the Comets are sitting on. Shots up. Unfortunately, it's off. Comets team just off their shooting game tonight, Aubrey. And second shot, can't get the lucky bounce on it either.
And Mike puts it back up.
Well, that's 2 points, one way or the other.
It's interesting to see them miss free throws, though, because I've heard, at least, I don't actually know for a fact, that they go in, I don't know, every morning before a home game or just a game in general, and they just shoot free throws.
Yeah, I know that I saw them in here this morning. I didn't see what they were doing, but after I was done supervising weights, I saw them come in. 3-pointer there by Oval. It's good.
3-point basket for
Ovell. Ovell is what the announcer's saying in-house. If you are related to Mr. Ovell, I'm so sorry. Not because you're related, but because I've been butchering the name. I guess that sounded wrong. Kicking it out to Mike Rands. He was open the 3-point line. He's going to send it over to Brummett. Brummett overshoots that basket, continuing the Comets' 3-point woes. Duff now across the timeline. Down past the 3-point line. He's going to send it up to Atkinson. There's no end in that. Atkinson's going to put up the 3. It's off the mark.
Comets still don't pull through with that rebound. It was in their hands and they had it. They just couldn't keep their hands on it. Carroll is definitely a clean team, but they're still aggressive.
Yeah.
In a sense that they're still clean.
Rand's there with the travel. Rock Wolf's going to come back in, let Cam Klein get some rest. Pass down to the post, and where Veach was wide open. Carroll now sitting on a 13-point lead. So far, they're winning this quarter. Rands puts up another 3 off the mark. And Wyatt Brummett overshooting that rebound attempt. Carroll's Duff now bringing across the timeline, taking his time. Time obviously on Carroll's side at this point with a 13-point lead. Atkinson faking his way in. Gets called on the travel. Going to turn that over and let the Comets have a chance with the ball.
Well, hopefully the Comets can bring it in, run the ball their speed, and just get a good look. You know, so far we haven't proven that we can shoot it from outside.
Yeah, Rock Wolf trying to pass it down to Shane Lobb at the post. He overshot Shane Lobb a little bit, and Carroll got their hands on it, tried to grab that pass instead and send it out of bounds. Ball in play. Shane Lobb up at the top of the key. Over to Brummett. Brummett fakes a 3, sends it back to Lau. Lau's going to send it across the court to Rockwolf, who's open.
Travel.
Plants one foot, plants the other foot, and that's a travel. Coach Davis looking a little frustrated there on the sideline. Not quite matching the burgundy of a shirt, though.
Davis definitely keeps his head about things, though.
He does.
At least on the sidelines, he does.
He'll get angry. We've seen him get worked up, but he doesn't ever get disrespectful with it. He doesn't, or at least not that we see. Another three-pointer there by May. It's off the mark.
There's another rebound for the Cougars.
Had a missed lay-in there by Ryan Atkinson. Shane Lobb getting that rebound.
Ooh. Travel.
In for the Comets, number 20,
that's Rands' second.
We have Jaden Zider. Is it Jaden?
It's not Jaden. Jaden graduated. Cade Zider.
Cade.
Cade
He's
Zider.
A freshman this year.
He's a freshman. He got some varsity time last week and was able to sink a couple three-pointers for the Comets.
He's definitely has a very nice shot. You know, I remember playing against him because the girls' basketball scrimmages them sometimes. And he was always a shooter we had to look out for.
Right. Harness open at the post, just catches that, puts it in. 3.5 minutes left here in the quarter. I didn't see who the foul was. Shane Lobb getting his fourth foul. Team second in the half. Shane Lobb now in foul trouble with 11.5 minutes left in the game.
The refs are definitely very charge happy tonight because they called that one as a charge because I guess they saw Shane Lobb push. I don't know who he pushed, but I've never really seen so many charge given. You know, usually those are harder to come by.
Yeah, I've seen, obviously we see a lot of attempts to plant the feet and draw the charge, but we don't usually see as many called as what we're seeing tonight. Over to Rockwolf. Rockwolf to Zider in the corner. Looks like the Cougars have watched some film. Rands, though, from the post, he's going to put it in for 2. Rands at 80% from two-point territory tonight. Going to dish it over to Atkinson. Off the mark. Cougars with the rebound, manages to save it.
charge.
Wow.
32, Harness is third, team second.
Harness's third foul here now. Still just 2 fouls each this half, though, for the teams. With under 3 minutes remaining here in the third quarter, it's for everything, it's been a clean game. Rockwolf fakes that three, gets in trouble there, dishes it over to Smith. Smith tried to pass it off to Lau. He manages to get it there, but not for lack of effort there on the part of Atkinson. Over to Zeider. Zeider drives to the baseline. He's going to send it out to Rockwolf. Rockwolf manages to, I thought he managed to save it. It was a close thing.
They definitely hit a hard streak right there. They just couldn't get the play back into where it was supposed to be.
Yeah, we had a whole bunch of passes that were near misses for a strip, and then
no one could get the ball.
Yeah, he couldn't get back a hold of it, and they were all reactionary passes instead of good controlled passes. Atkinson with the ball now. He's going to take the three off the mark, and that was Aaron Atkinson. Luke Lau up to the volleyball line, sending it to Zeider. Zeider under heavy coverage at the three-point line. Back over to Lau. Lau's going to kick it to Rockwolf. Rockwolf over to an open Zeider. Zeider for three. There we go.
And that's a three for Zeider.
And that's the first three that the Comets have gotten this ball game by freshman Cade Zeider. You know he's got to be excited. Freshman on getting varsity floor time anyway. Although we've had, I think, 3 or 4 freshmen. Coach Davis is very happy to give the freshmen floor time. And that was a nice, clean swat by Mike Rands. And Rands traveling again. He's just having trouble with the travel on these possessions.
Like you were saying earlier, that Davis is actually subbing in freshmen and he's not afraid to put them in. I think he's a very good coach in the sense that he plays the people that know is going to do the best job. That doesn't matter if they're freshmen or they're seniors. He's going to play the best player that's going to win the game.
Absolutely. There's a level of wanting to respect seniority, but there's also a level where any team has to be a meritocracy. Hard pass dished in there by number 20, Sorrells, that just bounced off his target. Comets getting a hold of that. We're going to send it down to Comets territory where it's going to be picked off on a pass. May over to, that was Veach. Veach going to send it back in, and then another turnover on the pass. Rand's going down. He's going to put it in for 2. Mike Rand's now sitting 6 for 7 with his 2-point attempts. 23 seconds left in the game. Caston's back to the point where they're at an 8-point deficit. They definitely let Carroll have most of this quarter.
It appears that Carroll's trying to hold the ball. They're setting up their
Sorrells
offense,
is absolutely
definitely slowing it down.
Gonna send it down to the post. Shot was no good. I think we got the foul though. That was number 20, Owen Seward. Foul was on Rockwolf.
22 Seward is line 2 shots.
So Seward's going to have his chance to make up those 2 off of that missed layup here from the line. 3.7 left in the quarter. Shots up, and it's good. That is the first free throw opportunity that the Comets have given the Cougars all night long. With 8:03 left in the ballgame. Second shot's up, student section's loud, and the shot gets the lucky roll.
Timeout called by the Comets.
Timeout. All right, well, we're going to let Coach Davis talk some strategy here with 3 seconds left as we step away for this word from our sponsors here on RTC TV4.
Want to know what I like best about playing basketball for my high school? I like it because it's a place where my friends get to see me play. I like it because I'm playing for someone besides myself. I'm playing for everybody in my school and every person in my community.
Indiana high school sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We have probably 15 seconds left in this full timeout. 3.7 seconds left in the third quarter. Carroll with the 10-point lead, 31-21. They're certainly striving to get that. Well, actually, they're right now past the spread that John Harrell has estimated, and it's really come down, I think, to the Comets being just ever so slightly off. Not bad looks, not bad accuracy, just bad rolls, bad bounces off the rim. Mike Rands with the long inbound to Luke Lau. 2 seconds left. Zeider. Oh, and the official saying it's no good. Zeider making that buzzer beater that the official says did not count. Wow. Well, that's a heartbreaker for Comets fans here. All right, we're going to step away for a quick word from our sponsors, and we'll be right back here on RTC TV4.
RTC cable subscribers. Now you can watch your favorite cable networks wherever you are, on your phone, tablet, or computer. Just log on to www.watchtveverywhere.com. Enter your RTC account information and sign up to watch TV everywhere. Live sports, videos on demand, and more, all for free with your RTC cable subscription. Watch TV everywhere. Another great service from RTC.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 1 quarter remains here tonight. Comets need desperately to win this. They're going to have to hold the Cougars pretty well scoreless this quarter and make up 10 points of lost ground.
As we saw, so for the last quarter, the third quarter, we actually didn't win that quarter either. So far, we haven't won any of these quarters. We've tried to stay in it, and the first quarter so far was the closest, and we've just slowly
slid further behind, yeah. All right, Carroll moving the ball around. They are obviously in no hurry. The Comets are going to have to step up for some man-to-man action if they want to force a turnover here. Because if they stay too tight into zones, all Carroll has to do is keep people moving around and run down the clock.
But the Comets I've seen, they haven't been running a zone necessarily, just haven't been pressuring the ball in
Absolutely.
the man-to-man.
Absolutely. The man-to-man's been far enough back it almost looked like a zone. Foul was on number 4, Luke Lau. That's his first, team fourth here. We might actually see somebody forced into a bonus situation. Now this is where Comets have an opportunity to, and they didn't, to force a 5-second turnover.
It's a foul on Mike Rands there.
Yeah, and they're going to call that a shooting foul.
Foul on 33, Mike Rands, his first, team fifth.
So we're going to send number 31, Ryan Atkinson, to the line for 2. Shots up, gets a good roll. Just starting to stretch that lead out. Second shot up, in and out. And Mike Rands with that rebound. Three-pointer there for Cameron Klein.
Assist to Luke Lau.
And that's our the Comets' second good three there.
Absolutely. Correct? Yeah, number 10, Quentin Veach getting in and putting 2 more in, right into layup. Lau across the timeline. He's going to send it over to Rands. Rands fakes that 3. He's going to send it down to the post. Hunter Shainlaub up and off the mark. Shainlaub can't quite get his own rebound there.
Number 13 for the Carroll Cougars, he fell trying to draw the charge there.
Veach, that should have been a travel. Ref didn't make the shot though. That was Veach's first miss that I have. Over to Klein. Klein's way open. And there's another three. There we go. That's what we need, is we need some three-pointers to hit. We've got a lot of three-point shooters, and we just need them to get hot. Duff up at the top of the key. Drive in. Send it across to Veach. Veach is going to send it down to the post to Atkinson. Back out to, his brother Atkinson. Up to Duff. Brummett putting a little bit of pressure on it. He knows he needs to. Duff going to drive in, send it over to Aaron Atkinson. Up to Veach. Veach driving. And nothing got called on that. Going to call a foul on that there, though.
I don't know if I would have necessarily called that as a foul, as he...
I think that's on Shane. Oh, no, Cam Klein.
But anyway, he ran into Shane Lobb. Shane Lobb stopped him, so it would have been, to me, more of a travel. It was the foul that followed when they tried to recover the ball.
Right. All right, that Duff sending it into Ovell. Up to Veach, over to Atkinson. Up at the volleyball line. Klein putting a little pressure on him. Drives towards the high post. Over to Duff. Down to the corner to Veach. Up to Ovell. Atkinson up at the volleyball line. All Carroll has to do is keep the ball moving. They don't even have to move the ball, but all they've got to do is just keep the Comets from getting the ball back. Atkinson at the volleyball line. Down to Duff. No good for three. Lau at the volleyball line. Over to Klein. Klein to Rands. Rands going to drive towards the baseline. Nice spin move there. Off the mark, though. Rands gets his own rebound, puts it back up for two, and draws the foul. Foul was on number 12, Ethan Duff. That's his first.
32-33,
Mike Rands at the line. He's going to get two. He's 50% from the free throw line tonight.
Is he the only Comet to shoot free throws tonight?
He's the only Comet to make free throws. Shane Lobb had two. First shot's up. Off the back of the rim, unfortunately.
And for the Cougars, number 20, Sorrells. And for the Comets, 22, Jesse Rock Wolf.
We got Rock Wolf back in for the Comets. We got Sorrells back in for the Cougars. Caston's managed to chip Carroll down to a 7-point lead.
Cameron Klein's
those
two threes were huge there.
Absolutely. Oh, Rand's second shot, in and out. I'd say that was a robbery right there. Heavy pressure now. Comets making Carroll struggle to get across the line. We got Ovell for three, off the mark. Carroll with the rebound. Send it down to Veach for two. He puts that in. Rock Wolf for three.
That was a good three by Rock Wolf.
There we go. That's what the Comets have needed all night long. Long pass there for Carroll. Veach for the short jumper off the mark, gets his own rebound and puts it in for two.
Back to that whole cross the court or down the court pass.
Klein for three off the mark. Cross court pass. Long pass, yeah.
Yeah, their long pass. They've made several of those, and they were wide open there at the bottom. You know, no comment was down there.
Sorrells with a shot attempt off the mark. Lau looking for a play, sends it over to Rockwolf. He's going to give it to Brummett. Brummett's going to send it down to the post to Rands, who's going to put it in for two more.
Rams. Assist to Wyatt Brumman.
Now we're starting to see a speed up in the game.
Yeah.
The two teams are feeling the pressure. The Comets have actually come back in.
Atkinson missing that, yeah. Getting his own rebound, he's gonna put it back up, it's no good.
Lau pushing it across the half-court line there. He slows it down once we get to the actual play.
That, we're gonna call that a foul. That was a foul, ref. He's calling it a travel.
Jake Harness, 32, for the Cougars. 13, Hunter Shainlaw in for the Comets.
Down to a 6-point game now, just under 3 minutes remaining in this game.
We have Hunter Shainlaw back in for the Comets. So hopefully we can see post action, even though Mike Rance has done a great job down there in the post.
He has, and Shainlaw just has to be super careful because he's one foul from going out. Of course, I mean, 2.5 minutes left in the game. Guess if you're gonna foul out, you'd want to be under there. We got another turnover for Cougars.
Which is good because number one from the Cougars just hit a 3 down in the corner.
Rand's about inbounding that to Lau's back. Lau at the volleyball line looking for his play. About 2:20 left in the game. Down to Rands at the 3-point line. Rand's gonna drive baseline, send it into Shane Lau, who puts it up for 2, is off the mark. Kind of a reverse layup there, and calling it out of bounds off the Cougars. Aaron Atkinson down there arguing with the ref. That's not a smart thing to do. Lau inbounding to Klein. Klein off the mark on that 3-pointer. Carroll with the rebound. Across the half-court line. Sorrells now under heavy coverage by Lau. You're going to send it over to Aaron Atkinson. Atkinson sending it down to the post to Sorrells. Back out to Ovell. Puts it up for 3 off the mark, and Shainlaw with that rebound. Heavy coverage now. Lau, I think that's going to be a... Oh, yeah, they're calling that as a foul on number 10, Quentin Veach. I've got that as his third. Carroll wanting that to be a charge call.
It's interesting I've been noticing the sidelines, just seeing the different type of coaching we have here.
Right.
You know, Davis has been here, he's been really calm, he's been kind of just sitting, watching the game pull through, you know, talking to the boys when he needs to.
Coach Bender stalking back and forth down here like a caged
not
tiger.
Not happy with a lot of the calls.
Missed pass there. And Lau making that layup and getting the foul.
He's going to go for a 1-point free throw here.
Yeah.
And now the Comets are only down by 2 points.
Right. Lau has the ability here right after the break to bring it within 1. We've got a full timeout here. We're going to step away for a word from our sponsors on RTC TV4.
This broadcast brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Nutrien Ag Solutions is the world's largest ag input retailer, offering all of your crop input needs. Stop by our location just east of downtown Fulton or give us a call anytime. Online at nutrienagsolutions.com. Enjoy the game with an ice-cold Coke. Locally owned and operated since 1907, Coca-Cola Bottling Company of Kokomo proudly supports 28 high schools in north central Indiana. Our starting lineup of brands are sure to keep you hydrated on the sidelines and at home. Coca-Cola Bottling Company of Kokomo. Please support our local sponsors.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 1:17 remaining in a 2-point ball game here at the Caston Comets Crater. Carroll only leading by 2. We're going to send Luke Lau to the line for an and 1 attempt here.
The line for the Comets is Luke Lau with 1 shot.
You know, looking at the score now, it's only a 2-point ball game. Cougars have only missed a few free throws. This game would be completely different if we would have hit our free throws earlier in the game, too.
Absolutely. And one for Luke Lau. 1-point ball game with 71 seconds remaining. Now, edge of your seat here for Comets fans. We've got to put the pressure on the ball handler. Mike Rand's getting in the way of that pass. Unfortunately, he couldn't maintain control of it. Cougars going to have another chance at it.
Now we're seeing the game speed up a lot more. We have fans that are getting into it.
Absolutely.
Coaches are definitely into it.
Absolutely. Sorrells now at the volleyball line. He's going to kick it over to Duff. Duff under heavy coverage by Wyatt Brummett. Brummett's got to make something happen. Back to Sorrells. Sorrells under heavy, he's under 2-man pressure now. They're just passing it back and forth, though. That's all they have to do to win this. Comets have to force a turnover now. Down to Atkinson. He's going to go down to the post to Ovell. He's going to send it back up to Sorrells. Comets have to make a turnover. We're going to have a foul here on Luke Lau as he's trying to force that situation. But this is where you have to make, and that was a smart foul.
It's to the point in the game where you just need the ball, because if they're going to hold it, then there's not too much you can do unless you can force them to pass.
Sorrell's going to be at the line for 1-1 after this break here on RTC TV4.
At Co-Alliance, we understand the importance of community. After all, we've been farmer-owned since the 1920s. And now that we're a part of your community, we want to become your total agronomy solutions provider. Co-Alliance offers the latest in ag technology for your operation. From field scouting and fertilizers to premium seed and precision agriculture, we can help take your operation to the next level. Put the resources of your local cooperative to work. Contact Co-Alliance today.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to an exciting fourth quarter here in the Comet Crater. Comets now only down by 1 with 32.4 seconds remaining. We're going to have Sorrells on the line for 1-1. And not necessarily going by the score, but if you look at the deficit the Comets have overcome, the Comets are definitely winning quarter 4 right now.
Yes, for sure.
Shots up, in and out, and the Comets with the rebound. That's exactly what they needed to happen. 26 seconds. Lau up at the volleyball line, down to Mike Rands. Rands back to Lau. Over to Brummett. 18 seconds remaining. Comets looking for a good look.
Oh, no.
And Lau with the ball stripped from his hands. And there's 2 more on the board for Ovell. And Comets calling another timeout. Lots of timeouts here late in the game. We're going to step away for a word from our sponsors here on RTC TV4.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Evans Agency in Rochester, offering farm liability, farm personal property, and farm outbuilding policies, all customized to fit your insurance needs. Let Judy help you protect all of your possessions. Online at evansagencyrochester.com. First Federal Savings Bank is your local mortgage lender with 6 locations throughout North Central Indiana. Trust the professionals at First Federal Savings Bank, online at firstfederalbanking.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
I don't think of this as a high school weight room. It's more like a high school classroom. I'm learning how to manage my time here. I'm learning that it's important to have goals and that it takes persistence and commitment to reach them. And I'm learning that the best way to lead is by example.
Indiana High School Sports.
All right, ball back in play. Comets driving down across the timeline. 3 seconds remaining. Lau for 3. Off the mark. Oh, that is a heartbreaker, Comets fans. Luke Lau with that buzzer beater 3-pointer that would have tied up the ball game. So close.
And you can just see it on the players' faces. You know, they wanted it so bad.
Yeah.
But I feel like the drive wasn't there early enough in the game.
Not early in the game, and those shooting woes early in the game. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to, well, actually that that promotional spot that I had to cut off because I misjudged the that excuse me, last time out. We're gonna go back. We're gonna roll that. Our advertisers have, of course, paid for promotion, so we're gonna step away for a few words from our sponsors while we try to count up some stats, and we'll have some stats here when we come back from the break, and then hopefully we'll have Coach Carl Davis come up and talk to us after he has a few moments with his guys in the locker room. Stay tuned. You're watching Comets Basketball here on RTC TV4.
I don't think of this as a high school weight room. It's more like a high school classroom. I'm learning how to manage my time here. I'm learning that it's important to have goals and that it takes persistence and commitment to reach them. And I'm learning that the best way to lead is by example.
Indiana High School Sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
At Co-Alliance Propane, we treat our customers like neighbors because, well, that's what we are. When you trust Co-Alliance Propane as your seriously local propane provider, you're trusting a team of professionals who live, work, and watch the game from right across the county, not the country. A team that's close by and seriously dedicated to your safety and providing the best service possible. Find out more about Co-Alliance Propane's seriously local service and how you can get 50 gallons of propane free at coalliancepropane.com.
Ever wonder why your local TV bill keeps going up? The bulk of these increases are due to rising network fees. A few powerful media companies dictate what TV providers must pay to offer their channels to you. And every time networks demand more money, that affects what you pay every month. If TV providers don't meet their demands, networks threaten blackouts. Since 1999, these network fees have increased by 3.5 times the rate of inflation. To see what we're doing to keep network fees in check, visit tvonmyside.com.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. The lawyers and staff at Peterson, Wagoner & Perkins LLP are here to provide the highest quality legal and professional service to their clients presently and for the future. See a full list of services online at peterson-wagoner.com. Woodlawn Hospital, offering state-of-the-art care for Fulton County for over 100 years. Woodlawn Hospital is the area's healthcare leader. Comprehensive care from head to toe. Online at woodlawnhospital.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I apologize for that long break that we just took. I was trying to get some stats counted up here. And really, by the end of the game, things really tightened up. If you guys will recall, at the half, the Comets were 0 for, I believe it was 8 3-pointers. They were about 50% on 2-point field goals, and they were 50% for free throws. There we go. I got it that time. By the end of the game, they were 4 for 17 from 3-point range, so just under 33%. They were 11 for 23 in the 2-point range, puts them at about 50% still. They did end up dropping to 3 for 9 for their free throws. And then the Cougars were 5 for 17 from 3-point range, really dropped their 3-point percentage in the second half. Tied it up with 11 for 23 in the 2-point areas and 3 for 5. So they didn't have as much free throw opportunity, but they had a better percentage out there. It was that one extra 3-pointer that they made where we missed is that 3-point difference on the board tonight. Still a tighter difference than what John Harrell Stats had predicted. Great second half action. I'm going to take that back. Great fourth quarter action for the Comets. Well, you have your quarter by quarter win-loss there. And the Cougars, I'm seeing here, they won the first
first 3 quarters.
Right, and they won the first quarter by 3 points. They won the second quarter by 5 points, which gave them the lead of 8. They won the third quarter only by 2 points, honestly, because they only put 2 more on their lead there. If the Comets would have won any of those quarters, we would have had a different outcome tonight, Aubrey.
Mm-hmm. And I think it's because the drive just came later in the game. They really wanted it from the beginning, but the game didn't speed up until the fourth quarter. That's when they really got intense.
Right.
They got moving the ball, getting the looks, and their shots started falling. The game just started coming together more.
It really, that first half, it was just all of those heartbreaking, close three-pointers. Really, and it's disheartening to go into the locker room with an almost double-digit, one field goal away from double-digit deficit going into the half. And it's going to weigh heavily on your mind the whole time in the locker room. We've got to overcome this if we want the win. Unfortunately, they couldn't quite get the third quarter to go their way, and they really needed to own the whole second half to come out with the victory. Huge fourth quarter, though, to bring it in within a 3-point deficit. So look forward to hearing from Coach Davis, get his take on the game from down there right at the sideline, his feelings as coach, what worked this week, what didn't work this week in practice. I see if you're still watching the screen, you're seeing that we're setting up for that Super 6 we talked about tomorrow. Once again, you can tune in tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. If you're a wrestling fan, catch some high school wrestling. We'll have 6 teams here. Not only will we have our own Caston Comets, but we also have another RTC school that'll be in attendance. That's North Miami. So when if there's ever a time that the Comets don't have a wrestler on the mats, we'll make sure we're covering the North Miami matches. And then tomorrow evening, 7:30 tip-off, we have Lady Comets basketball. We do want to issue an apology. You were a little disgruntled last week that last Saturday did not get covered, and I want to apologize. That was kind of a joint effort snafu there. I didn't bring that attention to my managers, and that was a rescheduled game that my higher-ups didn't realize had gotten scheduled for last weekend. I wasn't available anyway, and so I brain farted, making sure that we had another producer here to get that covered. So for all of you Lady Comets fans out there, friends and family who weren't able to see the game, I'm going to take my share of the blame for that. I'm very sorry that I didn't make sure that we had somebody covering that rescheduled game. So, well, we are waiting on Coach Davis to come out of the locker room. I'm sure he has some things he's going over with the guys. We're going to step away for a few words from our sponsors. You are watching Comets basketball. Well, you watch Comets basketball. We're waiting to hear some words from the coach here on RTC TV4.
Want to know what I like best about playing basketball for my high school? I like it because it's a place where my friends get to see me play. I like it because I'm playing for someone besides myself. I'm playing for everybody in my school and every person in my community.
Indiana high school sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
This broadcast brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Nutrien Ag Solutions is the world's largest ag input retailer, offering all of your crop input needs. Stop by our location just east of downtown Fulton or give us a call anytime. Online at nutrienagsolutions.com. Enjoy the game with an ice-cold Coke. Locally owned and operated since 1907, Coca-Cola Bottling Company of Kokomo proudly supports 28 high schools in north central Indiana. Our starting lineup of brands are sure to keep you hydrated on the sidelines and at home. Coca-Cola Bottling Company of Kokomo. Please support our local sponsors.
At Co-Alliance, we understand the importance of community. After all, we've been farmer-owned since the 1920s. And now that we're a part of your community, we want to become your total agronomy solutions provider. Co-Alliance offers the latest in ag technology for your operation. From field scouting and fertilizers to premium seed and precision agriculture, we can help take your operation to the next level. Put the resources of your local cooperative to work. Contact Co-Alliance today.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Blair Zimmerman here, covering, having covered Comets basketball. We're waiting on Coach Carl Davis to come up and join us. He's talking to the guys, discussing this heartbreaking 3-point loss that we just witnessed against the Carroll Cougars. So we just got a few minutes. I know it took him last week a little bit of time. It's always nice off a win. He gets up here a little bit quicker. There's less to cover in the locker room. I know he said last week that they were going to work on ball aggression and those loose ball turnovers. And I've got to say, my turnover count is just awful. But as far as not the number of turnovers that I've actually statted, but my stats on turnovers struggle worse than anything else. And it really doesn't look like one team really led the game in turnovers. But I will say I really feel like Carroll won when it came to rebounds.
Oh, yes.
And
yeah.
So the fact that offset then, that offset in turnovers is from block passes and the Comets making up on loose ball turnovers. So, which is one thing that Coach Davis said they were definitely going to be working on this week. So that part of it worked. Unfortunately, in picking up that area, they kind of let the crashing the boards slip a little bit, I think.
See, I mean, because I didn't really see them going and crashing the boards, going after those balls until, around
late in the
third,
game.
fourth quarter, when they'd already gotten the lead in the first two quarters.
Right, absolutely. And it's certainly a situation where those early game errors and some early game bad luck. I mean, I guess
just a few more of those shots flowing through, and those free throws. Those are a huge difference.
Oh, absolutely. 3 for 9 from the free throw line.
Just 3 more of those. It's a tied ball game.
Absolutely, and I'm going to imagine that they will be working very hard on free throws this week. Because nobody wants to lay claims to a 33% free throw record. And Mike Rands went into the locker room at halftime at 50% from the free throw line. Ended up 2 for 6. We had Hunter Shainlaub. He had 2 free throws, missed both of them. And then Luke Lau had that and one look late in the game. Really about the time that the Comets started turning the ball game around really, really strongly. And unfortunately, it just kind of turned out to be too little too late.
And they picked up their aggression, but it's one of those, when do we turn it on and when do we not? But
right, absolutely. Well, I just got the thumbs up from Coach Davis. He's out of the locker room. He's coming up to join us. So he's making his way this way. We always appreciate Coach Davis joining us up here for the post-game rundown. Coach, thanks for joining me again this week. Oh, now we got a headset on. Thanks for joining me again up here at the table this week. Heartbreaker tonight. It was so close. I think we all thought that buzzer beater that Luke Lau put up was going to drain for us and send us into an extra period. What are your thoughts on the night there? I can't imagine that going into the locker room 0 for 8 from outside the three-point arc was. I don't imagine that helped the situation at all.
No, we dug ourselves a hole early. Not just shooting, just some of our defensive rotations were a step slow tonight for whatever reason, and we dug ourselves that hole. I'm proud of the way that they fought back in the fourth quarter to going in with that 10-point deficit, continued to fight. Some shots finally went down for us there to give us a little bit of momentum, and then we got some rebounds and went and got some hip ins and pushed some guys out of the way, and I thought that spurred us, but down the stretch we have to be able to execute better than we did tonight.
All righty, yeah, your guys absolutely owned the fourth quarter out there. We're certainly hoping next time we get to watch you guys that we can take ownership a little earlier and come out with the victory. I always appreciate you coming up here. I always we were talking on air a little bit. If you go back and watch it, you'll hear us. I just appreciate that zen, that what's the word? The respect. You sitting down there on your side, there by the bench, just crouched down and observing the floor and saying what needs to be said and making a fool of yourself, if you will. We see other coaches who pace back and forth like caged tigers, and it's just really interesting to see the difference in coaching and just the respect that you bring to the floor and that you show everybody out there. We really appreciate what you're doing here for us, Coach, and just hope that next time the couple more shots can drop for us. And so,
thank you.
Not sure when our next coverage is. I've been talking about the big weekend we have here. I think it'll be next week. We'll be covering Comets again, and look forward to watching you out there doing what you do. Hopefully the guys come away with the win.
All right, thank you.
Thank you for joining us, Coach. Have a good weekend. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for joining us tonight. This has been Caston Comets basketball here on RTC TV4. Do join us tomorrow for Comets wrestling and Lady Comets basketball. I'm Blair Zimmerman. I was joined here tonight by Aubrey Degg. I think she's going to put on the headset and say goodbye to y'all. Well, thanks for coming up and joining me, Aubrey. I really enjoy having the outlook of a fellow basketball player. It really gives us some good insight into the game as the game's going on. So good luck to you and your team tomorrow. We'll cover that. We'll have Gavin Hickle back here commentating, and we'll make sure to give you a shout-out when you're on the floor tomorrow.
Well, thank you, Blair. It's always a good time being up here, being able to commentate a basketball team, especially being a basketball player. I can see it from a different point of view, but also know what's going on. My name is Aubrey Degg, so please come out and support the Caston Comets tomorrow, the Lady Comets, as we take on Triton. It should be a good game. We're ready to play, so please come support us. And if you can't be there, RTC will be.
Absolutely. You can tune in and watch tomorrow night's coverage here on RTC4.com. If you're actually in Rochester, you can catch it live on TV, or you can watch through our YouTube channel. We've had Taylor Duncan here, actually made it in, and Taylor did our camera work for us tonight. We'll be coming back to you tomorrow morning. Have a good night. Be safe. Thanks for joining us. This is RTC TV4.